guys, welcome back to my channel. How is everybody doing today? Hopefully everybody is doing well. Okay guys, well, I'm going to do my review for Halloween Ends. I'm a little bit late on this. I think most people that were going to see the film have probably already seen it or have already done a review. I'm a little bit late, been working, but I do have a lot of stuff that I kind of want to talk about because I'm kind of conflicted. This movie definitely has me conflicted. So let's talk about this. But before we delve into it, I just want to say that this is 100% my opinion. Just like all reviews are, it's only my opinion. So don't beat me up in the comments if you disagree with what I have to say. I'm going to try to do this in a way where I think it's going to make most people happy, because I'm kind of two-sided on this movie. So I'm kind of agreeing with people who liked it, and I'm kind of agreeing with people who didn't like it. So anyway, we're going to delve into it. We're going to talk about it because I got a lot of stuff to say. I'm going to try to keep it as spoiler-free as possible, just in case you're watching this and you're conflicted on whether you want to go see it or not. There'll be light spoilers, so if you don't want any spoilers, turn the video off. But probably be some light spoilers. But let's delve in. Let's talk about Halloween Ends. First thing I have to say about Halloween Ends. If you are a traditionalist and a Halloween traditionalist, this is not the movie for you. If you want to see a battle that's been building up for 30 years between Michael Myers and Laurie Strode, and you're waiting for that conclusion, this really isn't the movie for you. If you saw the trailer, and what you saw in the trailer looked awesome, you were duped. This movie was horribly mismarketed. What you see in the trailer is not what you get in this movie. This movie, yes, does have Michael Myers and it does have Laurie Strode, but the movie isn't really about them. I mean, it is about Laurie Strode. Michael Myers is barely in this movie. His first appearance is until about 40 or 45 minutes into the film. You are not going to get what you think you're going to get by watching that trailer. They introduce a whole new character, and a good portion of the movie is around his story. So this movie is a hard movie to wrap your head around, and this is why it's gotten me so conflicted. And here's the reason that it has me so conflicted. I loved this movie. I thought this movie was awesome. But not for this trilogy, and definitely not as the conclusion to this trilogy. You can't take a movie where you made your first two films about these two characters that we have been following for, they've been around for 30 something plus years, even closer to 40 years, whatever it is. And you're waiting for this showdown between these two characters, and then make the first two movies in this trilogy all about them, and then take the one character that 99.9% of the people came in the theater to see and stick them on the sideline for 3/4 of the film. You can't do that. You can't bring in a new character and make the movie all about him in the third film of a trilogy. This movie, what they should have done is they should have ended this trilogy a completely different way, taken this film, taken this idea with this new Corey Cunningham character. They should have taken a movie. First of all, there's nothing wrong with doing a side story that takes place in the realm of like a Laurie Strode, Michael Myers, Haddonfield, Halloween type universe. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But this film definitely did not feel like a final film to this trilogy, to any trilogy. This movie felt like it should have been the first film in a new trilogy. They should have waited on this movie. This movie was in the wrong place at the wrong time. They should have made this movie as the start to a whole new trilogy, kept it pretty much the same, changed a few things, and just continued on with that Corey character and had him as the main focus. They should have done that if they were going to do that, but then they should have marketed it as that. You should have called it anything, any other name, and then in parentheses done like a Halloween story. This Corey Cunningham character is a cool character. He has a cool arc. It's a cool backstory. And it would have been very interesting to see what they could do with that story. But unfortunately, they can't because they bring it in last minute. And then when you're getting all the way up to the story, you're getting all the way towards the end, they're like, oh shit, wait a minute. This is supposed to be a Michael Myers, Laurie Strode movie. All right, bring in Michael Myers, because he hasn't been in for 3/4 of the film. And let's just do the ending, and they'll do their little battle, and that'll be it. That's a pathetic way to end this trilogy. It was so dumb. There's no reason to make this film at this time. It doesn't make any sense. And that's why I said why I'm so conflicted, because I really enjoyed the movie. Just not with this trilogy or the end of this trilogy. You gotta, if they would have taken this and marketed it as like I said, if they would have marketed it as, such and such a title, or like a Haddonfield story or a Halloween story, put that in parentheses, and then market it so people know what they're going into, I bet you people would have loved this film. Maybe not loved it, but much better received than it actually was. Because people were not going in, they did not ask for this film, they did not expect this film, and quite honestly, they didn't deserve this film as fans. This is not the film we should have got. This is a film that you should have taken and made into the beginning of a different trilogy that's a side story within the Haddonfield, Michael Myers universe, and then marketed it as that. And that's why it sucks to try to review this movie, because I don't want to tear the movie apart, because I thought the movie was actually really, really cool, really well done. There were some cool kills. There was some cool cinematography. It was cool music. All around, it was a cool film. Just not for this. And it's so frustrating, because I do like this film, but I don't think I would ever watch this film like with this trilogy. I would only watch this as like a standalone film, because it doesn't belong with this trilogy. There's no reason for it to be with this trilogy. I mean, it's like they were doing this side story and then just rushed the conclusion at the very end, just threw it together like boom, 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 last minute. And it was kind of pathetic. I mean, I commend them for doing something different, but even, but you gotta market it as that. You gotta let people know somewhat what they're walking into. Like, there was Halloween 3. They at least called that Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. So you can go in there and people were mad that, there was no Michael Myers in it. But, he says it right here in the title. It's the Season of the Witch. So, yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my head around this movie. These are just my first thoughts. I've only seen it once. But yeah, I've never really been so conflicted where I've really enjoyed a movie and thought it was a really cool movie, but hated it at the same time as the conclusion to a trilogy. A cool film, just not belonging with this group of films or this really even storyline over here. It's it's really conflicted. I don't know. I don't know. Let me know what you guys thought of the film, because like I said, I really liked the film, but I had to stop and think about it afterwards before I was like, okay, I did really like that movie, because I was so kind of upset when I was watching it originally, like, this is what they're doing for the finale of this trilogy and this storyline. And then afterwards, and then I thought more about it. I was like, wow, yeah, that movie doesn't fit there. But now I'm thinking back on it, I do like that movie. And I thought it was really cool. And I could definitely see myself watching it again. But why did they make that film now? It was so weird. I don't understand why they did that. That's a story that needed to be saved for the beginning of a whole different storyline. Yeah, and that's why I'm conflicted. I don't understand why they made this film now. Like I said before, this film just felt like it was the wrong place at the wrong time, a missed opportunity where they could have done so much more with that Corey character and that storyline, and probably did a whole nother side trilogy. They really should have waited on that and marketed it as that, and I think people would have not been as upset if they knew what they were going into, instead of, because I mean, if you watch the trailer for this, I mean, they make it seem like it's Michael Myers, Laurie Strode together the whole time, not duking it out the whole time, but this movie's all about them. This movie is very much about Laurie Strode. It's very little about Michael Myers. And I'm going to be honest with you, if you're going to a slasher, you want to see the person that's doing the slashing. And when you go in there, and they're not really doing much slashing at all, it's kind of a disappointment. Now, if I would have went to the theater going, okay, this is an origin story of a different storyline, it's going to take place within this universe, I would have went in knowing that. I would have been like, oh, then right away I would have been like, oh, this movie's actually, okay, really cool. I really like it. But as like an actual Halloween movie, it did not feel like a Halloween movie. I mean, honestly, I'm going to say it's barely like an official, traditional Halloween movie. This feels like a side story that should have been marketed as that. So that's all I really have to say about it. I had other thoughts too about it, and I don't know, they popped out of my head. I can't think of what else I was going to say right now. But that was just the main thing. I just kind of felt like we were duped. We got a cool movie that I thoroughly enjoyed, but it was just made at at the wrong time, for the wrong trilogy, for the wrong conclusion. It didn't belong there. It should have just, yeah. But that's my major thoughts on it. I will say though, there were some cool kills. Now there is one scene, I'm not going to say what it is, that I know made a lot of people really, really mad. It didn't bug me as much. I don't want to really delve into it in case you haven't seen it, but there was one thing that this new character did that a lot of people were like, that is just wrong. Like, you don't do that in a Halloween Michael Myers film. And I can see why a lot of people were mad at that. And I also can see why a lot of people were mad that this was the conclusion that we got. It's not what we were told we were going to get based on the trailers. I'm kind of pissed at it too, but I can't be that pissed because I actually enjoyed the film. I'm super conflicted. What can you say? But that's it, guys. That's all I got for Halloween. I mean, check it out, but don't go into it thinking that you're going to get some sort of like real conclusion, because the little bit of conclusion you do get is very quick and it's at the very end, and it's kind of lame. It just, like I said, this feels like a first movie of a different trilogy, of a different storyline. It didn't fit in here. This is not the film they should have made right now. But, yeah. So, yeah. If you want to go see it, go see it. I mean, I'd watch it again. It was still cool. You know, cool kills, this and that. But it's probably not going to be the Halloween film that you're expecting you're going to get. And just keep that in mind. So when you go in there, just keep that in mind. You might actually enjoy it a little bit more. Don't think you're going to get a traditional Halloween film, because you're not. All right, guys. Well, that's all I got for you today. Let me know in the comments below. Did you see it? What did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Are you on the fence? Because I know this movie's got people really kind of conflicted on both sides. So, yeah, let me know in the comments below, guys. I love talking about this, especially movies like this that are kind of hard to wrap your head around. They're a lot of fun to talk about. But yeah, guys, that's all I got for you today. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Let me know you guys like what I'm doing. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video. And yeah, comment down below, guys. Let's talk about this weird movie, Halloween Ends. Did it really end? Kind of. Let's talk about it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.